It's time to get up. Nah. For real. TheActualKingSmith. Let's go. Wake up. What you sleeping on your life for? Wake up. Every day's a chance for more. Wake up. Hands up. Let the beat thump. Wake up. Hey, wake up. Alarm clock ringing, but your mind still tired. Dreams on snooze, yeah, goals on fire. Everybody talk, but few take steps. Same old excuses, different regrets. I ain't here preaching, I'm here reminded. Pressure make diamonds, timing divine. You got breath in your body, fire in your chest. So why you living like you set up for less? Get up off that couch, move your feet. New mindset every time we meet. No doom scrolling, no fear feed. It's the real talk over funky beats. Wake up. What you sleeping on your life for? Wake up. Every day is a chance for more. Wake up. Hands up, let the beat thump. Wake up. Hey, go. No cape, no crown, still king energy. Talk my truth, that's my identity. Life get heavy, yeah, I've been stressed. Still showed up, put hard in the test. If they doubt you, prove them wrong. Same doubt, fuel, make you go strong. Ain't waiting on luck, I hustle with faith. Mind on progress, foot on the gas and say what? Say now. Say move. Say how. Say what? Say what? Get in the bed, shut up and get up and wake up. It's a moment, don't waste none. Wake up. Sun still rise, so you ain't done. Wake up. Beat knocking, let's go, John. Wake up. Hey, wake up. Yeah. This ain't motivation. This is a reminder. Wake up.
Yeah, y'all getting ready to wake up?
Wake up.
You need to wake up. What's up, everybody? What's going on? I know it's been a few days since you done seen your boy, but I'm back. Welcome to Wake Up with the actual King Smith. Hope y'all are doing fine this fine, lovely evening. Today is Thursday, February the 5th, getting into the second month through 2025. Today, we've got a couple of things that I want to highlight. Something that I thought was interesting. Also got some news about the SpaceX orbital launch that Elon and his team plans on conducting. I've got my ZEP date going on today, where I'm going to give my update as I am approaching 6 months of taking the GLP-1 called Zepbound, and we're going to wrap some things up today. So let's get started and let's get to it. I'm curious, right? With all of the noise that's going around, when was the last time that you sat in a room by yourself, no family members, no loved ones, no dogs, no cats, no phone, no music, and no noise, for just 10 minutes and actually relaxed? How does that sound to you? There's a common thing among friends and loved ones that I hear whenever I hear people talking about stress and things like that. And it made me think about something. With all of the noise that we're hearing, the stress that the news and the outside world gives people on a daily basis, why are we as people not taking the time to just chill and relax? And it's something that in 2026, even hotels and businesses are starting to catch on it, as there's a new trend going around called silence tourism, where people are spending thousands of dollars to go on a vacation, not to turn up, but to relax. I'm going to share something on my screen here that I thought was interesting. But before I do, let me see who we got in the building. Shout out to God Happened to Me, said good morning. I appreciate you tuning in. Shout out to Binod Taru. Said hi. We got Dark Wolf in the building, said what up. And Binod also said hello again as well. Hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in. And thanks for tapping into the actual King Smith. Now, let me share my screen here and showcase what it is that I'm talking about. This was a trend that was published by Hilton brand. They're one of the businesses that is not just about hotels and things like that. They have several business lines that they're looking at getting into. And according to Hilton's global research, respondents' number one motivation to travel for leisure in 2026 is to rest and recharge. And that was 56% of people have responded to that. And top desires also included spending time in nature, improving mental health, and spoiling themselves with me time. And the top cities on Hilton.com that served as additional proof that global travelers are seeking restful vacation destinations included Cancun, Honolulu, Orlando, Bali, which is pretty dope from pictures and stuff that I've seen. I've never been to Bali, but I do plan on going here relatively soon. And the Maldives were some of the top searches in 2024 to 2025. Now, right here, the best travel companion, yo damn self. If you're looking at going on a trip, don't bring nobody with you. Don't bring sand to the beach. I don't understand the need for people to feel like they have to travel with somebody. When you're traveling with people, there's other expectations and things that and other obligations that occur. Go by your damn self. And when you go, schedule a spa day. People like spa days. Men don't do spa days. You should. You should. You should treat yourself. There's a lot of obligations and things that men go through, and my channel is not just for men. I'm speaking as a man myself. And when you go out on these trips, treat yourself. There's a place here, and I wanted to see how much it costs. The Savannah Wellness Resort and Spa in Carefree, Arizona. And Carefree, Arizona is actually a city. And there are places out there, global luxury resorts, that could cost around $1,500 to $1,600 a night just to escape all of the noise. And more men are reportedly spending that money to get to those luxury resorts, to get away from the hustle and bustle of real life. I think men are finally figuring out that they need to take time to take care of themselves. And it's a beautiful thing, if you ask me. It is a beautiful thing. Hold on. I knew something was weird. I had to turn on my light. Now, I know that sounds crazy a little bit, right? To spend that much money just to get away from the noise. But in my opinion, just like time is valuable, peace is also valuable as well. Peace has become a bit of a luxury product. I think that we're so overstimulated right now that businesses have found a way to get people to pay a premium just to get away from the noise. Think about that. There was a philosopher or somebody that said, what's the good of having the whole world quiet? The silence will only make it louder. And I forget the rest. It was like something like if the passions are raging within, I forget the quote. I wish I would have had it up, but I thought it was a dope quote. And basically, what it was saying is, even if the whole world is quiet, if you have like a lot of internal noise, then you're not really going to have peace. So I think that when you have time, take that opportunity, take advantage of that peace. I've got an upcoming trip set going off to a cabin, and I am looking forward to it. Going off to a cabin for a couple of days, going to detox from the outside world. No mention of no Epstein files, which I tried to do on my live stream. I wanted to cover the Epstein files and the Epstein release and some of the recent interesting news that was in that, like allegedly, Bill Gates catching an STD or being worried about an STD and trying to figure out how he can get his wife at the time to take something so that she didn't catch anything. Getting away from the noise of some upcoming bird flu that's reportedly more dangerous than the prior bird flu epidemic that we had. Getting away from the noise of the different school shootings that are occurring, what seems like every single day here in the US. And I'm starting to get a little bit more of an understanding of Stoic and kind of like that Stoic ideal. And to me, it sounds real appealing. I'm going to do a little bit more research and reading on Stoicism and the principles and things that fall under that. Something about turning 42 starts really making you realize the things that are important to you. And if my sister's listening, we need to talk. There are some things that I thought about last night that I have to tell you that you're likely not going to want to hear. And I'm talking to not my older sister. I got two younger sisters. The oldest of my youngest sisters need to reach out to me. I don't know if she watches my live stream. She likely doesn't. I should clip me telling her that we need to talk so that she could build up her anxiety on what it is that I have to tell her that I know she's not going to like. But she's about to approach 30, and there are some things that she needs to turn around ASAP. Or she cannot do it and be stuck in life. Let a decade pass by and then turn 40 and realize, what have I done over the last 10 years or the last 20 years since I became an adult? If you got the opportunity to have somebody that is in your life that is willing to mentor you because they themselves have made a lot of bad decisions, take advantage of that. I'm going to make a small pivot before I get into my ZEP date here. I, at 41 to 42 years old, I'm halfway there. I have a couple of mentors in life. Mentors that are successful in varying degrees. And I'm thankful for that. I'm also thankful that I can take the time and pause and actually listen to those people and apply some of the things that they're speaking of. I'll even say this. I'll name one of the people who I consider a mentor, and it's very unconventional to even name this person, because if you go, this person's a content creator. If you go and you watch this person's content creator, your mouth is likely going to go, what the? But there's a content creator who I follow who goes by the name Coach Greg Adams. And for about 90% of what he says, if you actually listen to it, right? and the principles and things of like what he says, you're like, huh, that's actually some really good logic behind what he's saying. And he says things in a very humorous, comical way, right? Now, I don't know him in real life. I've never met the person, but I do consider him a mentor. I have one family member who I consider a mentor, and a couple of older men that I will go to for advice from time to time. And I'm 41 years old. And I recognize the importance of having somebody that I consider a mentor to help kind of shape things in my life, and was pivotal in getting things turned around over the last 5 years since 2019. Pivotal. So to my sister, reach out to me. I'm gonna clip this and I'm gonna send it to you and tell you to reach out to me. I'm not going to you. Let me see who we got in the building. We got Young Khalito said, okay. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in. We got Pete's in the building, said good morning. And I know you talking about me again. Hey, what's up, Pete? Hope things are going all right, my man. Nice picture of the doggy that you've got up there. All right, let me take a pause, tell you to hit the like button if there's a like button that is on your platform here. And we're going to go into my Zep date. So as of today, I am 40 pounds down. I stepped on the scale this morning. Well, not quite 40. It was like 39.7. So if you're rounding up, that's 40 pounds. I started taking Zepbound at 288, and I wish I would have had the time to snap the photo and upload it. But I stepped on the scale, and it was right at 249.6 or 0.7, somewhere around there. So almost 40 pounds and almost at 288. I'm sorry, 248. When I started, I was 288.1. 6 months, 40 pounds, and it is really affecting everything. It's affecting my shirts. It's affecting the clothes and stuff that I'm wearing. And I'm thankful for that. It's always interesting when talking about a GLP-1 or talking about Zepbound, because people that don't know what it is, they'll ask you questions about it, right? And you can even see it in people's faces if there's somebody that doesn't believe in it at all. Like, why don't you just do it the regular way? Hey, or you'll hear people say, all you got to do is, and that phrase, that saying right there, I even have to catch myself when I feel like I'm about to say it, where I have to stop, because there's no one magic way that applies to everybody. And that's one thing that I have to catch myself from stop from saying going forward, all you got to do is, because there is no one magic way of all you got to do. Different strokes for different folks. But I've gotten comfortable. I've always really been comfortable in saying that I'm taking it without feeling a type of way of saying about it or talking about it. I got prescribed it from my cardiologist because I have cardiac disease. And if all I had to do was be able to get and work out and change my diet, yes, that is easier said than done. But if you have heart disease, it is not quite as easy to say and do like the average person. For the people who I know that have been taking the GLP-1 for a while, it's been working for them. My goal weight this year is to get down to 230. I'm sorry, 235, because that right there will put me in the next class of a lower obesity rate than where I'm at now. A lot of the positives that have came from losing the weight, we got a lot more energy. I'm able to move faster or quicker in the morning coming out of bed without having to feel like I got to warm up as often. And those of y'all that are older than the age of 40 know what I mean by that. So there's been a lot of positive that have stemmed from this, but right at 40 pounds lost, and I'm thankful for that. Now, the last thing that I want to cover here is the SpaceX orbital proposal, in which SpaceX, the rocket and satellite company led by Elon Musk, they've planned to file with the U.S. Federal Communications Commission to launch up to 1 million satellites in what's called the LEO, the low Earth orbit. Say that 3 times real fast. And that number right there, just so that y'all are aware, it's far more than what's currently in low Earth orbit today. Currently, there are only 14,000 active satellites, and this fool plans on launching up to 1 million. Now, these satellites aren't just intended for just communications like the existing Starlink internet network, but they're part of a massive orbital AI data center system, which is essentially like a distributed computing network in space that could power artificial intelligence workloads. Why is this a big deal? People are up in arms now. If you are on social media, you've seen the trend of people using like ChatGPT or Google Gemini to create a caricature of themselves, and then they're posting it online for their connections and stuff to see. I use AI daily and often. Environmentalists are now talking about how these AI data centers are impacting the environment. They're going into places, businesses and companies are buying massive amounts of land in either rural areas, or some of the reports, and I haven't fully read all of them, and some of the underdeveloped cities and areas, and they're putting these massive data centers there, and it's causing environmental issues to like the water and places where these data centers are being built. Could launching 1 million satellites in space help relieve the environmental impact? What's going to happen? There's an episode of 911 on ABC where a lot of the satellites that were launched started crashing into each other and coming down on Earth. What's going to happen if something like that occurs? That's the part that I find interesting. It's like the what ifs. Because I don't know if we've had like a space debris incident or close to one since we've been launching things up into space. Right? There was something that I heard that, let me look this up. It's called Kessler syndrome. Kessler syndrome is a theoretical cascading chain reaction where high density space debris causes collisions, generating more debris and leading to an exponential, uncontrollable increase in orbital junk. And that junk has to go somewhere. And that's what I'm curious about. Also, if that phenomenon does happen, or traffic starts bouncing into each other, is that going to zone off certain areas that now people can like fly through? Also, is space-based computing even possible? Look how far tech has come. These are questions that I have in just thinking about what Elon and his team is trying to do. Now, let me close out here, and I'm going to ask a couple of questions for y'all. And I just want you to think about this. What's one source of noise, one source of noise in your life that you wish that you could delete? News, socials, co-workers, name one. If your crying ass babies are one of those sources, put that up there. Identify this, right? Identify something today that you could take 10 minutes and just stay away from. If it's the news and the news is causing you to have a massive headache, stop watching the news. If social media is making you feel some type of way about whatever's going on in life, take 30 minutes and stay away from social media. If your coworkers are the ones that's giving you a massive tension headache, do your best to isolate yourself from them. Pick one source of noise in your life and try to take 30 minutes to stay away from it. Isolate yourself from it. And something else to think about. Do you do your best thinking in total silence or with background noise? I used to think that background noise was what I needed to be able to do my best thinking. Some type of white noise, maybe the TV on in the background and things like that. But for me, actually, I feel like I do my best thinking in total silence. And that's a question that you don't really think about until you really sit down and ask yourself, when do I do my best thinking? Now, here's a takeaway for today that I want to leave y'all with. Like I said earlier at the beginning, peace is valuable. It just, to me, under time as being one of the most valuable commodities that a person can have, peace is like 1B to where time is 1A. Money, while it's important, as long as you've got hustle, you can always go get money. There's always money to get and different ways to get money. But you can't buy back time. That's why time should always be 1A. And in a time and a world that we're living in where we've got access to news 24/7, other different ways that people can come and make noise in your life, I think peace is 1B. So for today, try and find that silence. Silence is free. It can be expensive to your ego because it can make you sit in your thoughts. But that's okay. Don't run from your thoughts. Take that time in that silence to turn your thoughts and calm those running tides of thoughts down. Try it today. 10 minutes. 10 minutes is what I'm asking. No phone, no family members, no obligations, just you. That's all I've got for today. Let's see if we got any comments before I close out. Looking like we don't. Hope everybody have a great rest of your Thursday. Today is my Friday for my job. It is my last day of work for the work week. And then I have a 3-day weekend, so to speak. A couple of different activities to include watching the Super Bowl this Sunday, but I will be back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, with another Wake Up with the Actual King Smith. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Trumpets blare the golden call. A throne awaits, I rise so tall. Drums like thunder, shake the hall. Royal rope, I wear the weight. Diamonds cut the night, no debate. Heavy is the head, but I'm feeling great. Crown me king, horns will shout.